Welcome everybody. Welcome to MG Sports TV. We have admin here, aka Shavan. Those who know me, those who don't. Yeah, I'm the person that has been putting MG in a lot of problems on IG. Yeah, that's me. Really and truly just wanted to give you a rundown, give you my thoughts and opinion of the latest squad. Have a very, very important set of games coming up soon. Have it's Curacao and Trinidad. So just wanted to give you a small breakdown of what my opinions, what I think will happen, what will happen, etc. So first, guys, ensure that you smash the like button. Even if you don't like the videos, like it, subscribe, and comment. Leave your comments. If you disagree with anything that I have to say, leave the comments below, guys. All right. So firstly, my thoughts on the squad. It's a balanced squad, in my opinion. Yeah, we're a bit defense heavy, attack heavy, shortage in the midfield, but it's something that I kind of expected to some aspect because it has been happening for some time now. It's been a while when we've actually had more than, say, 5 midfielders. So it wasn't really a surprise. While it was a disappointment, it wasn't really a surprise. The squad that we do have on paper arguably should be able to carry us over the line for these two games against Trinidad and Curacao here at the National Stadium. So I'm not too concerned in regards to the squad itself. I'm somewhat okay in that aspect regarding squad. However, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the different positions, the noticeable absentees, etc. So in regards to missed persons who I'm thinking who could have made the squad, I think there is one name on the top of everyone's list in that aspect. That would be Trevante Stewart. He's arguably our most informed player right now. In other than maybe say Andre Blake, I think Trevante Stewart is arguably our most informed player. He's smashing in the goals left, right, and center. It's even funny. Saturday when the squad was being announced, while the announcement was being done, he actually scored 2 goals. So he's a noticeable omission, and a lot of fans have been calling for Trevante to be included. To be honest. That is not just a local, from fans from a local standpoint. We have persons overseas as well saying that Trevante should have been. But why I won't be, the coach has already explained his reasoning for the squad selection. He really wants to keep, he really wants continuity. The players in which he's selected in that particular position, he knows them, they have played under him before. So, not saying I agree or disagree, but I understand his selection in that aspect. Another player who could have, I'm not sure of his status right now, and that's Tyrese Hall. Especially from a midfielding standpoint. The current squad that we have, we have a shortage of creativity in the midfield. But if you know Jamaica, we really don't really play much with creativity from the midfield itself. We play mainly based on the wings, where we utilize our speed and our strength. So Tyrese Hall would be a big miss. I'm not gonna lie, but for me, I think those would be the two main misses so far from me. As I said, we don't even know the status of Tyrese Hall, so me maybe saying it is probably. But yeah, so those two, Trevante and Tyrese Hall. And as you know, I did mention the omissions, so I have to, if there is any questionable selection, what I wouldn't necessarily say questionable. The coach gave his reason why he chose this player, but I'm not gonna lie, it was a surprise when I heard Warner Brown was being selected, and it wasn't necessarily because of quality or anything of that standpoint. It was just due to the fact that he really hasn't played that much. But with the coach, we've seen where the coach has selected players in the past who hasn't really played that much, so can't really say much about that. So yeah, there is a new addition in a Rico Henry. Um, this Rico Henry has been a player that a lot of fans have been calling for a long time. Fans have been saying, Rico, come home. Well, he's home now. Barring his passport and his international clearance as well, based off what the coach had mentioned, he should be arriving on the island today, Monday, the 10th of November. So most likely be Tuesday before he can head to the passport office. Hopefully there is they utilize the express so he can get it same day, and then they can then reach out to FIFA to get the clearance for him to play on Thursday. Tyrese, not Tyrese, my apologies, sincere apologies. Rico Henry. This, if there wasn't ever a perfect time to have someone come into the national team, it would be right now. As we know, we've lost Omari Bell due to injury, unfortunately. So currently we are short in the left back position. So I think Rico Henry, with his Premier League experience, English Premier League, to that, it would bring some benefit there. And alongside the partnership that he already has with Ethan Pinnock, the club mates at Brentford, I think it should be a plus. So looking forward to see how well he does play. As the coach mentioned, if he doesn't get the clearance by Thursday, hopefully he'll be ready for next week Tuesday at the National Stadium. Don't want to skip that point. Fans, we need every single one of you to show up at the National Stadium. It's the last game. Win that game, World Cup. Even potentially draw that game, World Cup. So come out, people. Buy your tickets, come out early, support the boys. All right. So that's it for me with new additions. There isn't one. There's one player who I'm particularly happy that's actually in the squad right now, and that's Dujuan Whisper Richards. I made a post the other day on our MG Sports YouTube IG page. And I stand by it up to this day. I think Dujuan Richards is being underlooked in a global aspect just based off his passport. We've all seen the growth of that kid. We have seen even talents from across the world they're not even playing, if we're being honest, if we're being fair. But those players are still getting higher credit. Yeah, while Dujuan Richards might still be playing in the U21 for Chelsea, I do believe if he had a different passport, I do believe Whisper would actually be playing in Chelsea's first team. May not be a starter, but I know that he would get regular minutes. Seeing how he's playing, he's just coming from a long, lengthy injury, and he's still just coming back, and he's still one of their most attacking players. So I have to give Dujuan credit in for that. He's the Jamaican wonder kid, so I have to give him credit for that. No, I just want to break down the different positions now. So if you look at our goalkeeper, so in my opinion, I think we have the best goalkeeper in CONCACAF, not just on a club level, international level as well. I don't think there's another, my opinion, I don't believe there's another keeper in the CONCACAF that's better than Andre Blake. On his day, unbelievable. I don't know how many of you actually watch the MLS, but I do watch it from time to time, and you can see the talent. It's actually more surprising that he's still in the MLS after all these years. He's one of the best goalkeepers in CONCACAF. So I said, on his day, there was once upon a time, anybody that really knows me I would always say, whenever Jamaica wins a game, Andre Blake's get man of the match. Because he was always there, he's always Mr. Reliable. So from a goalkeeping standpoint, we have Andre Blake, we have Jamali Waite and Tafari Chambers of Mount Pleasant. I think there are three solid goalkeepers. We've seen the emergence of Tafari Blake since last season with Mount Pleasant. Becoming number one for Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant now in the finals of the Caribbean Cup. So from a goalkeeping aspect, I'm not really worried about that, to be fair. Going up to the defense now, we have a right back, we have Dexter Lumbekisa, we have a Ian Frey, we have a Joel Latiba there. I think they are all three solid right backs. The only concern is just match fitness. That's all my only concern. Joel isn't really playing that much. Latibo there. Joel and Lati aren't playing that much. Dexter, he really isn't. For the past few games, he's put in a shift, but not the shift that we may have wanted or we would have thought he would have been right now. And Ian Frey, he's the only really one that's actually playing. But we saw, remember, he came in for the last window. You could see maybe it was nerves, first time coming to the national team. So I'm not going to beat him on that. But from a right back standpoint, I think we should be good. Centre back. This is one position I always think where persons try to over exaggerate, because I do believe we have some extremely solid defenders. We have a Ethan Pinnock. Again, not playing still, but understandable. But whenever he does play for Jamaica, I think he does put in a good shift. We have a Ethan Pinnock, we have a Damian Lowe, we have Richard King. Since his move to Scotland, you can see growth in his game. There's no doubt about that. All right. There might be some persons with saying some other stuff, but Richard King is really and truly doing an amazing job, and I'm not gonna say that he isn't. He's doing an amazing job. He's playing well whenever he does. There's ways he can improve. I'm not gonna lie, he can, but you can see where he's grown there. We have a Mason Holgate. I don't think Mason Holgate gets the respect that he actually deserves, especially from a Jamaican standpoint. I think whenever he comes on, he puts in a shift, arguably. So he's really, 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 really up there. Again, Joey Latibo there again. That guy is literally plays everywhere. I'm not really going to say much. I already said about it at right back. Damian Lowe, for me, national hero. Whenever he puts on that jersey, he is the heart and soul of that national team. So Damian Lowe for me is arguably up there. He's an amazing, amazing player, so we can't take that from him. And now we have Greg Lee. Greg Lee has significantly improved for me in the past few windows. Once it was easy to say that Amari Bale was our number one left back, but no, for right now, I don't think you can just actively say that, hey, because Greg Lee has improved a lot. Greg Lee right now is one of our best left backs, one of our best defense. What he provides going forward and also on the defensive aspect as well. As you can see, teams don't really attack us on our left hand side that much. So have to give Greg Lee that. And as I mentioned, Rico Henry, Premier League experience coming into the team right now. So we'll have to see how much he provides, but do expect a lot from Rico Henry. Going to the midfield, to our most important player in the squad, Isaac Hayden. Isaac is the most important player in this national team. If you want to agree or not, Isaac Hayden has proven it multiple times. He's the most important player. Isaac brings that solidity to the midfield. And as you guys were all going to say, we don't have the creativity that we would have wanted from a Ravel, a McGee, Tyrese Hall, etc. But we do have that defensive aspect where right now our defenders have a protector in front of them, and that's Isaac Hayden. I don't think I have words to describe the quality of Isaac Hayden in the national team, how the national team has improved since his inclusion. So I'm just happy that Isaac Hayden is here. Saw him in training today. Well, saw photos of him in training, and I'm extremely happy that he's here fit and ready to help us go on to the World Cup. Joshon Anglin. And Joshon, I think a lot of persons say that Joshon is a number 8, number 6. For me, I think for the position, I think Joshon is doing what he has to do. He's putting in the necessary work that he needs to do. Whenever he's called upon, he comes in, he does his shift. And he does bring that physicality in the midfield as well. So, Joshon Anglin, I wouldn't say much about that. Bobby Reid, ever present, Mr. Reliable. The only way Bobby Reid is not in Jamaica is if he's injured. Bobby Reid is always here. Mr. Dependable. really, really good talent. He's another player who I believe can play multiple positions. So really, really looking forward to see Bobby Reid. And Bobby Reid has been one of the longest standing players right now, and he has been through it with the national team, the ups, the highs, the lows. So I think Bobby Reid deserves to be here right now. It's that moment, it's that crowning moment when all of Jamaica can just come together. So looking forward to see Bobby Reid. So yeah, K-Roy Anderson. K-Roy Anderson. I think K-Roy has a very important role with the national team in the aspect of being someone there just in case Isaac Aid, something happens to Isaac Hayden. We've seen where K-Roy came on in the game against Bermuda. Personally say Bermuda is not the best of teams, which is maybe true. However, we saw the last aspect when Bermuda was they were kind of gaining some momentum. When K-Roy came on, that he kind of leveled that back out to say, hey, calm down, at my time now. Yeah, he what he defensive aspect, attacking aspect. He's not afraid to go forward. He's not afraid to put a tackle in, and that's something that I think Jamaica had missed out some times ago. But I think K-Roy, arguably a replacement for Isaac Hayden, and hopefully he can learn from Isaac as well. But I'm really looking forward to seeing K-Roy and Jonathan Russell. Russell. Jonathan Russell is like Pogba to me. I don't know about anybody else, but Jonathan Russell is just always in the right place. That box to box play, that always in the right place. So there's not much to say about John Russell. Just looking forward to John Russell. Forwards. I think the forward says for now. We have Dujuan Richards. We have Kaim Dixon. We have Damari Gray back in the team. We have Cephas, Tyrese Campbell, Bailey Kadamatri, Romain Burrell, and Shamar Bowes Nicholson. That strike force there, I think any team in CONCACAF most teams in CONCACAF would want that strike force. So we can't really say much about that. We have to just look out for the best of the team, guys, and just give them support. All right. So finally, now, my expectations for the two games. Away at Trinidad on Thursday. Trinidad has always been known as the party pooper, if you understand what I mean. They've always been the team to just throw a horn in the party. Always Trinidad. We've seen they do it to the US before. And the only good thing about this Trinidad game is, regardless of the results, the World Cup fate is in our own hands. We can go to Trinidad, get the 3 points, and all we will need at the National Stadium is a draw against Curacao. If we go to Trinidad, get a draw, we need a win at the National Stadium to qualify. If we go to Trinidad and lose, we need to win at the National Stadium. So everything leads to us winning at the National Stadium. So Trinidad, I know for a fact Trinidad will not be bursting down to give Jamaica any assistance. They've already given us all their aid for Melissa. Nothing else. They're not going to help us with anything else. Trinidad wants to go to the World Cup. While their chances may be slim, they want to go to the World Cup. Trinidad's last game is against Bermuda, which I think they will win. So they will be looking at it to say, hey, if we get a result against Jamaica, we can almost say, hey, we're at least guaranteed a second place. So Trinidad is not going to be sitting us to give us the game. So, and remember, the previous result at the National Stadium, even though we won 2-0, Trinidad did actually put the ball in the back of the net 3 times, even though they were all disallowed. But I'm not going to rest my laurels. I'm not going to be like MG and say, hey, I don't think it's a walk in the park against Trinidad, especially going there and their fans. It's going to be difficult for our players. I'm just hoping that we can overcome it. Last game now at the National Stadium, Tuesday, November 18 at 8 p.m. against the team that has actually defeated us in this World Cup qualifier, Curacao. If I were to come out and say that I am not somewhat worried, I'd be lying. I know a lot of persons are saying Curacao is this, Curacao is that. The work in which Curacao has done over the past few years, come on, Curacao has done some serious work. They've done some serious recruiting because just as how we would have said it, hey, this is the easiest chance to get to a World Cup, that's how Curacao viewed it. And they went out and they got the respective players to do so. They've defeated us. Funnily enough, we're the only teams in the group that has not scored on Curacao. Bermuda scored on them twice. Trinidad scored on them twice. We haven't scored on them. So I'm not going to get up now and say, hey, it's going to be a walk in the park, because I know it will not be a walk in the park. Curacao will be going all guns out for that game. We saw what their fans did. Fans were there for them in the previous leg. So what we know as fans have to do, I want to segue into this now, and I'm begging, I'm pleading, on November 18 at 8 p.m. at the National Stadium. I don't want people walking in the stadium at 8:20, 8:30. No. Get to the stadium from 7 o'clock. And we want to make it as hostile as possible for the Curaçaos, for Curacao. We need them to feel the Jamaican vibe, feel the Jamaican flair, feel everything. We want them to have that fear just walking onto the field, the fear of the office. I was too young to understand what the office meant in the previous campaign, but I want us to try to build back that vibe. November 18. All right, guys. So, well, that's it for me. This video has been a bit long. Don't know if MG are gonna really like it or not, but yeah. It's 22 minutes. Just want to say, guys, appreciate it. This moment is extremely important for us. The implications of this World Cup qualifying can be so vast. We recently went through a travesty across the island, and bringing this World Cup qualification to Jamaica will be, I know what it would do for me, and I can just imagine what it would do for others. So guys, come out, Reggae Boys, Jamaica is with you. We are here with you. So come out, people, support the boys, cheer as loud as you can, make as much noise as you can. All right. And as Joel said, I won't say it on the video still, but you can go watch what the interview with Joel did the last time. Yeah, so one time the final was go on. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I want to say thanks again for tuning into MG Sports TV. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. So if you don't subscribe, do it now. Reason being, so you can get MG's insight. And I'll see him on camera if I get. So peace out, guys, and boom.